Sailor Tarot Magic is the spot to get a reading from Sally, an intuitive healer and tarot reader. Known as the Nurturing Reader at New Jersey street fairs, you can also check out our YouTube channel for lunar and astro readings, as well as our Instagram for live weekly readings. Her rates are affordable, and you will leave with a newfound perspective. Sally is now offering an introductory class on tarot cards and intuition, and is available for parties. Call or text 732-314-0777 to schedule your reading today.
McGarvey on the bottom, 46. Dallas Sullivan has the room to push here. 80 car shoving hard. Ups, there's the block. There's the block into the outside wall. 746 wrecking now. 80 car maybe having to move. There's the block again. Oh. BTDY live at Watkins Glen International Raceway, making a right-hand turn this week for race number 7, the VSPEED 75. Here at the Glen, I'm joined by Eric Hutton, and tonight we're going to see some different guys have some different luck. Probably going to have a runaway. Full course cautions are not a thing. And Alex Peliican, Anthony Peliican, running about half a second faster than the rest of the field. Dennis Faircloth, Dallas Sullivan, Daniel Cunningham, your top 5. So walk us through these Pelican boys. They've been quick everywhere we went. But what are the odds that they're going to have a clean, flawless race like they've been having the past couple weeks?
Yeah, you know, a road course definitely opens up a lot of opportunity for mistakes. However, the way they've been running, I find it hard to believe they'll make too many. But obviously they have the speed and qualifying. We do a competition caution coming to lap 8, so I should mix in a little fuel strategy and an opportunity for some guys to get back up closer. I kind of grouped the bunch back together, you know, so still I think it's probably going to be a Pelican show with the speed and qualifying over half a second faster than third place Dennis Faircloth, who we've seen put in good qualifying efforts so far this year, but really hasn't been able to finish a race. But you know, I think a road course might be able to suit him pretty good, since a lot of times road courses, once you get separated after a couple of laps, you're kind of just running your own race. It's a bit different from what we've seen so far, but you know, only time will tell.
Well, we've got a top 5 that looks familiar. Daniel Cunningham, who had that 3rd place finish last week, going to start in the 5th position. As we get ready to grid up here, let's take you through your field, your starting order. It's going to be a long pace lap around this place. Starting up on the pole, Alex Peliican, brother Anthony Peliican, going to start on the outside. We'll just go left and right. We got Dennis Faircloth in that 80 machine, going to start in 3rd. Dallas Sullivan, 4th position. Daniel Cunningham, going to be in the 5th spot. But Kyle McGarvey in the 42, right next to him. All right, so 6th position, 7th position actually. We got Cody Atkins. My TV screens are all jacked up here. I'm trying to get to the angle. There we go. See, that's what I was trying to do. You can't even see who I'm talking about. 00 next to him, Kevin McGarvey. Eric Lambert in the 19 is going to start in the 9th position tonight with Nick Gardner. A little unusual for him, but we did see him recover last week from starting outside the top 5. It was actually further back last week, so Nick should have no problem. In the 11th position, we've got Brett Sommers. Next to him, Lane Sulfridge, sorry. 39 car, Tim Emanuele. Just behind them, in the 33, Mark Beverly. Nathan Ostrowski is going to start in the 5th or 16th position with Alan Dice. We've got a car gridded in there in between them, the 26. I think some of these guys didn't take qualifying efforts. Christopher Stanton going to be in the 15th spot. So some of these guys electing not to take qualifying. That'd be Alan Dice, the 34 car. Thomas Brindle, 9 car, looks like. They're going to start in the back. So some of these guys didn't even have times up on the board. Jeremiah Vincent, Greg Wells, who's actually starting from pit road. Dennis Steele. Gordon Brockle. So it's a little confusing for my timing and scoring, but I got through it somehow. And unfortunately, I did it before we even got our pace lap started. So we're gonna have to find something else to talk about for about a minute and a half. Actually, it's about a minute and 15 seconds to go around this place, average. And I would say it's going to take a solid 3 minutes to go around this place at pace speed. So Eric, you drove this place. We've both been on this track. It just takes mental focus. Race the track, not the car in front of you.
Yeah, it's pretty much what it comes down to with road course racing. I think you know, turn 1, some guys might have some issues running wide, but really it's not going to be too big of an issue. Up through the S's, you should be fine. You can kind of feather the throttle depending on how the car feels. It might get a little tight at the top of the S's depending on the setup, but the bus stop is really where we need to watch. That's where you can make or lose a whole bunch of time. You know, there's a lot of risk. You want to gain as much as you can, but man, if you screw up, you can lose so much time or even destroy your night. So that's some place we gotta watch. The rest of the track, again, just comes down to each corner. Really, there's no huge, you know, real difficult area past that. But you know, just racing your own race, and trying to set up passes when you can. I think if you do all that, you'll have success.
Not pushing the car beyond your capabilities is my main focus. I always try to let attrition take over, let some of the other guys make the mistakes, and you can find yourself up in the top 5 pretty quickly by just keeping it on the track. But we're getting ready to go. Alex Peliican, Anthony Peliican coming off of turn 11, getting ready to go green. VSPEED 75 going live here. BTDY at the Glen. Green flag is out, and here we go. Side by side in the restart zone, down into turn 1. This is where a lot of guys are going to have that trouble. If there's going to be an accident, it's going to be here.
And so far through the field, still side by side for the lead. Looks like Alex is going to slot in there, and they'll go single file through the S's.
The most technical part of the track, in my opinion, is through these S's. The carousel and maybe some right-handers here in the bus stop, but this is the part where you could get past real quick. The chicane. See the 98 of Peliican, Anthony Peliican, losing a little bit of ground through there. Now he's got guys on his bumper.
Yeah, we saw 2 wide with Dennis Faircloth. That was Sullivan. It looks like that was Sullivan. Just backed off a little bit there. It's single file. Really don't want to go side by side through the bus stop at all, especially now on the first lap.
Going back here, I'm going to throw the live up in the Discord because I got the camera on Timmy Emanuele right now. Those guys are running that corner a lot wider on this lap 1. The exit of the carousel, you can actually go over those rumble strips and then cut back over right before that wall. I've seen a lot of guys doing that, but it's dangerous. You could clip that grass and send yourself into the inside wall if you're not careful. So these guys taking a little bit different line, and we're seeing a field kind of spread out already. We're starting to get those clicks, those groups of guys that have similar speed, and they're going to start racing each other here soon.
Yeah, it's new to this most recent scan of this track. Last time I raced here, I want to say that the time difference was negligible. There really wasn't any advantage to run it way wide right there. If anything, there was a disadvantage, like you said, the risk of going over those bumps and upsetting the car. Depending on the car that you're in, it can definitely get squirrely on you.
Through the chicane, these guys hitting those, we call them log strips, send those cars up into the air. That's another risk factor. As you can see here, they go running it wide again. So, I mean, risk and reward. If you gain a 10th and you got a guy in front of you, I mean, try it if you're comfortable with it. But I don't know. Like I said, I'm a guy of attrition at these tracks. I don't push myself. I don't want to get in that situation where I make a mistake and lose 10 spots if I could gain 1 spot by just keeping it on the track.
Yeah, it is just a game of risk here. You gotta run your own race, but then again, you gotta make sure you're not losing too much time. There's guys behind you. I think competition caution coming at the end of lap 7. You ought to be pushing it pretty hard through here to see what time you can get, and kind of figure out where you can run in the field. And then once we get this longer run, that'll be when it's time to work on saving your tires a little bit. It doesn't take too much to save your tires here at Watkins Glen, but you'll definitely know if you did or you didn't towards the end of the run.
I think we heard a car hit the wall somewhere, and we got a car spun backwards. Timmy Emanuele looked like he lost it coming up through the S's. Let's go back real quick, see if we can find out what happened to him. Say that, my replay scene decided to quit working through OBS, so I'm gonna have to manually click that and rewind. So he comes up through the S's. Looks like maybe it just got a little loose on him. Hits the inside wall, knocks. Man, he's lucky he hit the wall the way he did, though. That car could have got shot clean up into the air.
Yeah, it was kind of weird at top of S's. I don't know if he took it wide and got so much wheel into it that it snapped loose on him, but that is, his damage looks like his damage looks a lot better than what you would think hitting the wall at that speed at top of the S's. But honestly, it's going to be you know, a slow car in the field. We'll have to see if he comes down here to fix it.
We had a great week last week. We went green all the way through. He ended up in 6th position. Was actually battling with Nick Gardner there towards the end. So
Yeah.
he's got time to recover. I think the competition caution will bail him out a little bit.
For sure, and with the caution laps around here taking every bit of 3 minutes, he'll have time to get all that fixed up.
There we go, Alex Peliican stretching it out to about 1.2 seconds. Man, these guys are doing it. Running it out wide on every corner. And must be a little bit better, maybe a different spring rate. Maybe a different ride height. I don't know what they do. Adjust some of these setups for these leagues to make them a little more drivable versus the factory STO that we know and love. They can be hit or miss. So somebody might have done some adjustments to make this thing drivable and actually be able to touch the rumble strips. It's impressive to see these guys hitting them as much as they are.
Yeah, you definitely want to hit him in the right spots, though. Hit him through the S's, and it will definitely upset the car. However, coming to the bus stop, you'll see him probably throw all 4 tires over each rumble strip here.
Right there on the exit of the rumble strip. And this new configuration, you said they rescanned the track. You probably don't get that 1X in the corner for cutting that bus stop as much now.
That's right. We see him took that corner a little bit wide. Definitely have the opportunity to take it wider if you want, but I think if you can open the wheel on exit, you might do a little tire saving as well as being able to pick up the throttle a bit early.
Down into turn 1, Alex Peliican looking really solid, coming up on that competition caution. It's Anthony Peliican, Dennis Faircloth, Dallas Solomon, and Daniel Cunningham. So your top 5 hasn't changed since lap 1. These guys are looking pretty solid, stretching out about 6 seconds, 8 seconds now between 1st and 5th position. Then you got some tight battles. Cody Atkins back here, racing behind. He just got passed by Kyle McGarvey for the 6th position. Nick Gardner working his way up through the field. He's gained about 2 spots since the start of the green flag there, and Kyle McGarvey moving up through the field a little bit as well.
Yeah, good battle throughout the field. It was a good battle for about the 12th place with Alan Dice, Jeremiah Vincent, Mark Beverly.
Alan Dice has really worked his way up through the field. I think he elected not to qualify tonight, so he's up to the 13th position already. He would have been back in about the 20th spot to start this thing.
Yeah, it's a good run so far for him.
He's got the 9 behind him there. They're moving up pretty impressively through this field. Really wide on the exit, though. The 77 just in front of him. Looked like he was completely off the track, and he's going to bring it down pit road.
On the pit road.
These guys trying to beat the competition caution, or?
Yeah, it looks like a lane. So, a bunch of guys on pit road.
Yeah, we got the 54. Cunningham on pit road.
I believe pit road closes a lap before. I might be wrong on that. But obviously these guys are trying to get their tires and everything so they can get track position when this competition caution comes out.
Yeah, the leader even came down pit road, but the Peliican brothers down and away. 16, Nick Gardner out in pit road. So probably some communication. Dallas Solomon out there as well. Yeah, I was always informed that the lap before a competition yellow, pit road would be closed. But this is the first time this league doesn't really do stage racing, so maybe that was waived. I don't know. We don't have full course cautions otherwise, so these guys taking advantage, maybe a little bit of loophole.
Be getting the competition caution right about now. Just started lap 8. Guys definitely want to get situated.
Well, I told you we're going to keep the camera off that guy. He's leading the race right now. I won't even say his name. He's doing well. Kyle McGarvey running in the 2nd position. Cody Atkins in third. So this is going to cycle the whole field. We know what's going to happen. The 31 car, 98 car are going to go back to the lead when everyone takes this competition yellow. I believe they're going to cycle back up front, but it's almost impossible if you're out to that kind of a lead to go a lap down. You come down pit road and you come back out and you're still running in the 12th spot. You had one heck of a lead.
Yeah, I was actually wrong last lap. This time, competition caution will be out at the completion of lap 8. So already 8 out of 25 done for tonight.
There's the
good
yellow.
timing.
Tell me what you got.
9 out of 25. The competition yellow drops, and these guys have the advantage. That might be the only stop they have to make tonight.
Yeah, tire saving will probably come into play. Running 15 laps out here. Let's see, the track temp 96 degrees. Not the hottest thing in the world, but definitely not cool. I think you'll want to watch your rears on corner exits. You're definitely easy to slide those, going back on power, and you'll be feeling that towards the end of the run.
The rest of the field getting caught up. You know, the 31 car, 98 car that hit pit road first. We had several takers. Alex, Anthony, Dallas Sullivan, Nick Gardner, Lane Salfridge, Daniel Cunningham. I believe Timmy Emanuele brought it down pit road. He had a little bit of damage, so he's probably going to pit several times to get that thing repaired as he tries to rebound from that accident. But really, I think that was the only car that really got into any trouble. We had some guys kind of go off track, but Emanuele had the worst end of anything in that 8-lap stint. This can also be frustrating too if you're one of the guys that was really far back and you're racing back up there to try to get to pit road in time. You see at the spread of this field, these guys are just now coming through the carousel, and the leader is getting ready to hit pit road.
Yeah, there's always an interesting part of road racing. There's a gap between cars, like you said, and trying to get caught up for pacing, but here it comes. Leaders should all be coming out pit road.
So Dennis Faircloth leading them down into pit road. 46 cars staying out. I believe he was a lap down after that pit stop. Might have got a speeding penalty. But here these guys come down the long pit road, and this is another one of those unique setups where this car has got a fuel tank on the opposite side. The fill neck is on the opposite side of the car, because pit road is on the right-hand side. So everything about this track different to these guys. It's a little tough to hit your box too.
Yeah, another thing with pit road being on the right side, it's really easy to drive through too many stalls. And you're used to knowing where the left side corners of the car are, but down looking for the right sides could be a little bit more challenging.
Well, the 9 car, Jeremiah Vincent, looks like he missed his stall. I just rewound to look back. The 9 car came down out of pit road, past everyone. He's looking for his pit stall right here, and he realized he missed it and he had to keep going.
And bummer for him, he was coming through the field, we were talking about earlier, up, he started in 19th. I think he was up about 7 or 8 positions there in that run. It's only 8 laps, so fortunate for him.
But he's going to have to bring it back down pit road. You're going to see him drop back to probably about the 23rd, 24th spot. That is unfortunate, and it's really easy to do here, especially if you didn't take a qualifying lap. Sometimes guys forget, like, oh, I didn't take a qualifying effort. I'm usually up in the top 10 when I qualify, and now you find yourself right there at the entrance of pit road. Your pit box doesn't even get counted. It's your spotter says turn in right now. So Alex Peliican back to the lead. Anthony just behind him. Daniel Cunningham going to be in the 3rd spot, I believe, after they cycle through. 16 car. Looks like he's going to be in the 4th position here. 9 car's got to take that long, painful stretch one more time. All right, we're going to take a quick commercial break. Sorry, this is so long to pace around this place, so we're going to take a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back after this.
Sailor Tarot Magic is the spot to get a reading from Sally, an intuitive healer and tarot reader, known as the Nurturing Reader at New Jersey Street Fairs. You can also check out our YouTube channel for lunar and astro readings, as well as our Instagram for live weekly readings. Her rates are affordable, and you will leave with a newfound perspective. Sally is now offering an introductory class on tarot cards and intuition, and is available for parties. Call or text 732-314-0777 to schedule your reading today.
We're back. BTDY getting ready to go green. Pace car pulling off. Alex Peliican gonna lead him out here.
Green flag.
Green flag is out, and here we go. We're live back at the Glen. VSPEED 75.
Ready to restart
boy.
at 54.
Got a little touch there into 1. Cunningham right on the bumper of Alex Peliican.
They'll make it through there. 31, I thought was going to get sent through that corner, but he's able to get her low down and make it. And now they're going to go off single file 1, 2, 3 through the top of the S's.
Oh, we got a spin. Nick Gardner getting a little touch there. I think he had a little help on that through the S's. We're going to go back and look, but I'm fairly certain. We had a bunch of cars off course, too. We didn't go back quite far enough. Let's rewind just a little bit more. Maybe had some help. I don't know if he got loose first and then got touched.
Yeah, it's really hard to tell. He was out wide a little bit compared to the 80. I don't know if he had to lift a little bit because he got tired, maybe loose, but and then the 80 made contact, and that was super, super close.
I don't know. Maybe touch and then loose and then touch again.
Afterwards, though, the 80 was trying to save it, and the 71 got into the back of him. Really hurt the 71. The whole field kind of had to stack up behind them going into the bus stop.
Yeah, we had a big cluster here, but we're caught back up. Faircloth running in the 4th position. Unfortunate for Nick Gardner. He's finding himself back in 21st. Teammate, I believe, Emanuele back there running next to him with the damage. And Nick can recover from this. He's got time, but I don't think he's going to get back up there in that top 5. These guys are pretty far away.
Yeah, car looks fairly clean, but like you said, no more planned caution. There's probably no more cautions for tonight, safe to say. And that's a long, hard drive he's going to have to make if he wants a good finish tonight.
Yeah, 16 just now coming through the carousel. These guys are coming through the last turn. Alex Peliican going to lead lap 13, starting 14 now. You got Anthony back there running second. He's not far off, about a second and a half. And then you got the 54, Daniel Cunningham. So the top 5 shuffled around a little bit. Impressive 19 car up in the top 5 now. Eric Lambert taking advantage of the chaos there through the S's. Found himself about 5 spots. You got the 8 car Cody Atkins behind him. Actually, Kyle McGarvey behind the 19. And then it's a pretty big gap back to Lane Salfridge. And that 71 car. Got a little damage on the front of Dice's machine. Looks like maybe he caught the bad end of that cluster through the bus stop. We got a car spinning 33. Mark Beverly losing it through the chicane. He's going to have to whip it around. Try to clear these guys. Trying not to lose very many spots. 21 car. We got a little bit of chaos coming through here. I believe he just hit the, like we were talking, you hit those rumble strips wrong. Why did he get a little help? 21 car got into the back of him.
Definitely difficult there, I think. I think the 21 car actually had his own incident away from the 33. They both just happened to miss that corner entry and spun around on the rumble strips. Man, we got a whole mess going on this start.
Some of these guys still trying to get sorted. I know that the field got jumbled up, and some of these guys might have been a little higher up in the field than they were comfortable driving, trying to stay in front of these guys. Overdrove it. See, Jordan Bracco just about lost it there coming out of the last turn. But guys that are having no trouble so far. This top 5 has been pretty clean. 31, 98, 54, 80 car, and the 19. Just a little bit of contact between the 31 and 54 on the restart. But 31 said, you know what? Once I set sail, it's a headwind for everybody else, but this guy's got the sail pointed in the right direction.
Yeah, 1.8 second lead and just driving away. Daniel Cunningham 4.1 seconds behind. Just a Pelican show once again. They've been giving us some good finishes, so maybe Anthony can find his way up. We can get another great finish at the Glen.
I can tell you that this has always been kind of the recipe. The 98 car sits back, saves those tires, lets that 31 kind of maintain that gap and overdrive it with about 5 to go. Anthony puts the hammer down. We've seen it time and time again. He's maintained about just under 2 seconds, but this is going to be a tough place to just make up all that time. You can overdrive it real quick.
Yeah, he needs save tire, but once again, make every bit of time possible if he wants a chance to get to Alex Peliican with coming to lap 17, which is not a whole lot of time. We'll have to look at lap times this time by. Yeah,
1:13.7 there for the leader.
Yeah, compared to Anthony's 1:13.8, so needs to go a little bit faster than that if he's going to catch Alex for the win.
Losing about a tenth a lap, and you can see it, the 2.4, 2.5, as the gap gets a little bit bigger, and through the S's, it's growing. In fact, I would say that 54 car would be catching the 98. Am I accurate on that?
Last time by, it looks like 54 was just a few tenths slower, but 2.5 seconds. It's going to be a tall ask for him. He's getting challenged by the 80 of Dennis Fairclough.
There we are. This is for the 3rd position with 9 laps to go, and I told you we weren't going to do this, so I know it's a battle, but we're going to move on. 19 Lambert running in the 5th spot. He might have a challenger here soon. Cody Atkins working his way up. He got around the 42 of McGarvey. Now he's setting his sights on that top 5. Go a little bit further back, the 00. New paint scheme for that machine this week. I'm liking that one a little bit more, not gonna lie. Always like a purple and green color combo.
An update on Jeremiah Vincent. We saw him miss his pit stall, had to start in the back of the pack. A couple laps ago, was involved in an incident with the 28 Dennis Steele. And unfortunately, it's going to be done for tonight.
So that was a couple laps ago. Front end of that 9 machine completely torn off. Dennis Steele out on the track still. He's got some damage. He's finding himself in the 21st spot. Last car on the lead lap. Nathan Ostrowski must be struggling here tonight. He's the first car lap down. So some of these guys having some issues early. Mark Beverly with that spin. He's on pit road. 8 laps left. He's going to lose a little bit of ground here. But that machine probably unstable, difficult to drive. He might be better off to bring it down pit road, get 4 fresh ones. Alan Dice finds himself up in the top 10 now. Even with the damaged machine, that front end, man, it's seen better days, but he's still wheeling it.
Yeah, that front end's hurt. It's probably hurting his top end speed, but yeah, good job for him bringing it up to the top 10.
You can hear that car. It's running fine, but I'd be worried about it overheating, getting up behind somebody, because that ductwork in the front end is not working the way it's supposed to anymore.
Yeah, a lot of times front end damage can give you some engine issues in iRacing, hurting your temperatures, but working so far for him.
So as it shakes down, 2.5 second gap between the leaders. This thing is all but wrapped up unless we see something crazy happen. Benefit of the competition caution, you're a little less likely to start lapping the field if you're getting out to a lead like this, grouping those guys back up. Because if you're the leader, man, nothing is more frustrating than maybe a car that has a lot of damage or someone that's struggling in front of you. They can make that huge mistake right in your lane. Especially through the S's where you can't quite see over the walls. You're coming up through here really quickly. And what's right on board, just to show you, you cannot see much at the top of this hill. There could be a car completely sideways right as soon as you come around this turn. It's happened before.
Well, I know we said we weren't going to talk about him, but Dennis Faircloth is right on a bumper to 54. We've seen him have such a good qualifying effort. Hasn't been able to put together a race, but I don't want to jinx him again, but man, he's looking fast.
Right up on the bumper of the 54. 54's got a mirror full of him right now. As they go through the carousel. It's through that chicane right there. I think a little bit of defense is being played with 6 to go. Cunningham's just going to have to ride off the rumble strips.
88 got
there it was.
Super loose out of the carousel.
I told you, man. I told you we weren't going to put the camera on him. I looked away just in time.
Anyway, back to the 54. Oh, man.
Switch that camera from gearbox up to the roll bar, and you said he was loose. I think he wouldn't have saved it if I had that roll bar or that gearbox back looking at him. Saved you. I saved you, Dennis.
Still having a good run in 4th. My God, I have enough time to get back up to the 54, but
boy, is it frustrating though when you're working on a guy for 7, 8, 9 laps and you make that one little mistake, and now you got a 2-second gap. You got to make it back up. Tires are already pissed off that you've been driving it, and you got a ton of ground to make back up. You know you're faster than that guy, but you got to find the place to pass him. And these guys, we worked through this field 31, 98. We haven't really had to deal with anything like that. 54, he's been sweating. 80 car was right on the bumper. So these guys have probably burned up a little bit of their stuff. Cody Atkins is now catching up to him. And these are guys that are just biding their time. They're hoping that guy in front of them will make a mistake here late, because the less laps left, the less time they have to recover. And you could gain a spot really quickly.
that's just what we were talking about at the beginning of the race. You gotta run your own race, and Don't worry about what everyone else is doing. You got to just race the racetrack. And if only one long run on tires, you have no idea how hard you can or can't push them before they give up. And these guys are finding out right now.
I think Eric Lambert might have made a mistake. He was up there in the 5th position. Now he finds himself just inside the top 10. He got passed by quite a few cars. I'm interested to see what happened. I don't know for sure. This field's so spread out, sometimes we miss things. Drivers Network America, proud to bring you flag-to-flag coverage all season long for the BTDY Racing Network. If you guys like what you see, make sure you hit that like button on the video. Share this with your friends. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already. Me and Eric Hutton will be bringing you every single race through the chase until we crown our champion. And right now, points leader, race leader, dominating performance. Yet again, Alex Peliican coming up on 3 to go. Really wide exit there through turn 10, but he knows what he's doing around this place. 2.7, 3.1. He's just stretching it out. There's what we're talking about right there. This is exactly where you don't want a lap car to make a mistake.
Yeah, 3.5 second lead, 4 second lead now. He's just going to have to take his time, make sure he passes him at a safe opportunity like now. And the 28 just doesn't have the speed, so he'll be fine going through him. But getting to lap cars at road courses just seems like every place on the track is a bad place for that lap car to be.
He was coming up those S's, and you saw that gap shrink a little bit. 98 car, if he can meet with Dennis Steele in the right time, he might be able to make up a little bit of ground. And look at that wide exit. I'm telling you, these guys were doing it through practice. They're flirting with that grass.
One tire in that grass, and you'll be regretting you pushing it that hard. There's just zero grip in that grass, and it'll put you straight in the wall really quick.
Daniel Cunningham coming off the final turn, and look who, we're just not even going to say anything. 8 car behind that, Cody Atkins running in the 5th spot. 42, Kyle McGarvey, 6th position. 8th position, 7th spot, Dallas Sullivan, Kevin McGarvey, Alan Dice. Impressive, man. I tell you what, the front end of this machine, it has seen better days, and he is doing a hell of a job keeping it up there in that top 10.
Yeah, great run for him.
Oh, we got a spin. 77 of Sommers. Looked like he was almost coming to pit road the way he came through that corner.
Still loose. Man, we'll give up 2 spots there. It's frustrating. Only 2 to go. Man, he sent it through 1, overdrove 1 like crazy.
I think he's getting frustrated.
Yeah, definitely. After a move like that, you don't want to compound your mistakes. You gotta get it back to you.
How about the recovery by the 16 car? I know we got 2 to go and the leaders stretched it out, but 16 was all the way back to 21st spot. He's up to 14th now. That's what you do. When you're in the top 5 in the points, you have to have recovery. You got to be adaptable. And that's what Nick Gardner has to do today. With 1 lap to go, Alex Peliican coming across turn 1 into the S's. 5.23 seconds. And he's just got her on cruise control. He's driving about 80% speed here. He's got some cars in front of him coming through the chicane, but he looks clean. Wrapping this race up quickly tonight.
Yeah, very short race, but once again, just domination by Alex Nathan Peliican. I mean, Alex has a 14-second lead over 3rd place, Daniel Cunningham. We've seen him be fast again, and I know it's not over, but I think it's safe to say Dennis Faircloth had a good run there in 4th.
We're going to risk it this time.
A couple mistakes, but he's able to hold on to it. He's going to get a good finishing spot tonight.
He actually passed the 54, and he's up to 3rd position. So we kept the camera off of him. He's got 2 quarters left. He can hold on to it. He's got a podium here tonight. See, Dennis, we kept you up there, buddy. Kept the camera off of you. Great job tonight. Alex Peliican, your winner. Anthony Peliican finishing second and third spot. Dennis Faircloth. I didn't even read chat. I didn't even want to read his name out loud for the night because I knew he had it in him.
Horse third, Broader home third. What a great run for him.
Great finish tonight for the 80 machine. Way to put it together. 4th position, Daniel Cunningham, Cody Atkins in 5th. Kyle McGarvey, 6th position. Dallas Sullivan, Kevin McGarvey, Alan Dice, and Eric Lambert rounding out your top 10. So let's burn it down. I'm looking for this 31 car. Trying to figure out where he's at. You know we're going to see some burnouts. This guy's kept it up front all race long. Competition caution. He short pitted. That was just the right recipe. These guys talked about this stuff pre-race. You know that was all meditated. Premeditated work. Here he goes. Coming to front stretch to burn it down. There it is, Alex Peliican winning the VSPEED 75 tonight. Congratulations to him. Post-race interviews coming right up. We're going to talk to your top 3. This is BTDY, live on Drivers Network America. We'll be right back after this. Kyle McGarvey on the bottom, 46. Dallas Sullivan has the room to push here. 80 car shoving hard. Up there's the block. There's the block into the outside wall. 746 wrecking now. 80 car maybe having to move. There's the block again. Oh. Eric Hutton sprinting down there to victory lane. Down there to get the interview. Alex Peliican pulling it off here tonight. Eric Hutton down there with him. Take it away, Eric.
Oh, Alex, you got another dominating performance here at Watkins Glen, finishing 1-2 with Anthony. Talk about your night, and was it as easy as it looked?
Yeah, it was pretty uneventful. Just basically ride around, make sure you don't make no stupid mistakes, and yeah.
Oh, that's what we were talking about, kind of just racing a racetrack this week. We're off next week, but after that we head off to Las Vegas, one of the better mile and a halves, in my opinion. How do you feel about that? What you got for the field that week?
Oh, I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Decent at mile and a halfs. So hopefully we can just keep our nose clean and run a clean race and see where it goes from there.
Does anybody want to give a shout out to or things tonight?
Yeah. Give a shout out to the dialed in guys: Anthony, Nick, Brett, Mark, Nate, Dennis. Big shout out to you guys, broadcasters, for broadcasting this, putting this on. Uh, Big shout out to everybody at BTDY that runs the league and for all they do to put this on.
All right, man. Great run tonight. We'll talk to you in a couple weeks.
Awesome. Sounds good. Thank you.
Race winner Alex Peliican, and man, he's back to back for him. He's had four top five or four top threes really here this season. Them guys duking it out. We got the second place finisher tonight. The guys that have been going back and forth all season long. Anthony Peliican, you got a copy?
Yeah, I gotcha.
So we've been watching you and Anthony Alex go back and forth all season long. It seemed like it was just a little off pace this week. You couldn't give us that grand finish that we've gotten so used to seeing. But tell us a little bit about this place and what was your confidence level coming in here?
Confidence level was about medium. I'm pretty decent on the road course stuff. I feel like I got short run speed. Compared to Alex, I just don't have it on the long run. My best chance was probably to get around him on one of those starts and just try to hold him off as best I could, but I couldn't do it. Hats off to him for winning. We'll go get him next week. Not sure where we race next week. Chase Elliott would probably say Bristol, but I know it's not Bristol.
Las
So
Vegas Motor
hopefully
Speedway.
Las Vegas. All right, we can do something there.
We got a little off week there for is it Memorial Day?
Yeah.
And then we'll find ourselves at a mile and a half, and I think that fits right in your wheelhouse. So looking forward to that. You got anything for him there next week or next race?
Yeah, I think we got something for him. Probably Vegas, Talladega. That's it. Everybody knows that's just you're lucky there, better than you are good. Dover, Darlington. I feel like we can do something there. Only other one I don't think we have anything for him at is Road America. But other than that, I think we can probably at least give him a run for his money everywhere else.
10-4, man. Just got to mitigate the mistakes and keep it up there in that top three, and you can take care of it at the tracks you're confident at. Do you have anybody you'd like to thank for tonight's second place finish?
Yeah, I'd like to thank my wife and my $2 for their support. I'd like to thank you guys for putting on an awesome broadcast. All the guys at BTDY for putting on an awesome league, and finally all the guys at Dialed In, just being an awesome team. Alex for showing me some tips on how to get around here pretty decent. Other than that, see you guys next week or 2 weeks. Sorry,
2 weeks. We got 2 weeks. A little vacation, but Anthony, we thank you for your time. We hope to talk to you next time.
Yeah, thank you guys. See you then.
So there's your second place finisher. And Eric, man, I tell you what, I think we both should interview this guy at the same time. It's Dennis Faircloth. We kept the camera off of him all night long. We're going to put the camera on you now. There's the pass here. We're watching it with 2 to go. And you got it done. You got it done tonight. How does it feel?
I'm tired. First off, I'm sorry for running into Nick there on the restart. He started getting sideways, and I backed out of it and didn't back out enough. I was trying to maintain my momentum and got into him, finished him off there. Did not want that to happen. So the whole time I'm battling Daniel, I'm like, I don't want to wreck this guy. and I got to him, and I tried to time my runs out of the corner to get around him, and then I lost it out of the carousel. I think probably about 5 or 6 laps to go, and ended up with about a 5 second deficit to him, or 2 seconds, 2 second deficit, and caught back up to him. Got a good run off the final corner, and was able to get that inside line into turn one, and uh, kept the brakes under me, and so it was just a matter of getting back around at that point. Um, yeah, it was a good run. Nice to finally get a top three. I hate it that it may have been at someone else's expense, um, but yeah, good.
Well, the Bear Claw finally getting it done, and we've watched you all season, man. You've had great qualifying efforts. You've had great runs. You've done 90% of the race, even in the top 5. How good does it feel to finally put it all together and have the cameras off of you just long enough?
It feels good. I mean, I think I haven't had an interview after a race in probably a year or so. So this is nice. Got to remember what I got to say and everything. So,
Read from the script,
yeah.
guy.
Unfortunately, I don't have a script, but I do want to thank my team, Simulators Anonymous. They brought me on board a couple seasons ago, and we've meshed pretty well. Get along pretty good, and yeah, I mean, good teammates, and we seem to be working with other teams too, so that's fun too. But yeah, I don't even know who sponsored this race. I'm trying to remember. Was it
VSPEED.
VSPEED? Yep.
VSPEED 75. So, I mean, that's the
We're in
place
New
to get it
York,
done.
so I guess that's
It
his
makes
place.
sense.
And thank you guys at Drivers Network America for putting on the races. It's fun to watch you guys too, and I'll definitely be going back and watching this one as well, just to kind of see what I missed and see what I didn't miss, I guess.
Well,
Well, I can tell you what you didn't miss. You missed that wall. You missed that wall this week,
Oh,
and you did a good job. So,
I was
great
I was
job.
scared of that guardrail because I got launched into space a few times in practice, and I'm like, if I hit this guardrail in the race, it's going to be at one of the glitches, and it's just not going to be pretty. So glad that didn't happen.
You got anything you'd like to add there, Eric?
I was just gonna say, either unfortunately or maybe fortunately, you probably won't see yourself too much on this broadcast, but I think it worked out. Um, yeah, I was gonna ask, with only one long run tonight, we cut to you at one point. I saw you getting loose out of the bus stop, or out of the carousel rather. How did the car feel after 10, 12, 13 laps on it?
I mean, it's for me. It felt balanced. I tried not to spin the rears too much. Um, I was a little loose out of the carousel when I would forget to upshift. I would short shift in the third there. So anytime I forgot to do that or it just didn't engage, leaving that turn in second kind of screwed me over. And then when I tried to make that move on Daniel with about 5 laps to go, I lost it coming out of the carousel. But I was in third at that point. I was like, oh, I'm in third. I'm going to hit the gas even harder. And I almost ate the guardrail at that point. So thankfully gathered it back up and calmed down a little bit and started trying to, claw away at it bit by bit. But I think he said his front tires were gone towards the end there, so that obviously helped me a little bit. But as far as the setup goes and the way the car drove, I'm not technical enough to really know whether or not it was good or bad. But it felt balanced to me. I feel like I didn't, chew up my rears too much like I expected to. I mean, let's see, my rears were at 84 and 88, left rear and right rear there. So probably not that bad, but I don't know what everyone else's looked like. So
Yeah, man. Either way, great run, and always good to see you run up that quick.
thank you guys.
Appreciate
See
your
y'all
time,
next week.
Dennis.
No
We hope
problem.
to see you there 2 weeks from now. We got a little hiatus. We're gonna take a
2
Memorial
weeks,
Day
yeah.
weekend, and
Forgot about that.
we're going to Vegas next week. So Dennis, get her done, man. We'll try to keep the cameras off of you. All right?
Yeah, I'm gonna need y'all to. I'm just gonna paint my car dark, just black as black can get, where you can't see me. Maybe gray. I'll just make it match
Yeah,
the
paint it gray.
track surface. There we go.
Paint what color are the walls at Vegas? You can paint it that color, and then you just
They're
blend right in.
white. Yeah, I don't want to hit them that hard, but
Well, 10-4, Dennis. We appreciate your time. We hope to talk to you there in Vegas.
all right. Thanks, guys.
So there it is, third place finisher tonight. Eric, man, it's Watkins Glen. I didn't think that would be the place that Dennis would put it all together. I really, of all the places, but he got it done tonight. Third place, great job for him. Let's go through your grid, your finishing order. Get this up on the screen for you. We went through your top 10 from Alex Peliican, Anthony Peliican, Dennis Faircloth, Daniel Cunningham, Cody Atkins, Kyle McGarvey, Dallas Sullivan, Kevin McGarvey, Alan Dice, and Eric Lambert. With 19 Pit was in the chat. He said he tried something a little bit different there towards the end, and it screwed him over. That's what happens, man. As soon as you push it, as soon as you change something, it can come back to bite you. 11th
Yeah, it was-
position. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Sorry, I was just gonna say. I was just gonna talk about some of the race that we've seen. Go ahead, go through the rest of the field.
All right, we got the 11th spot with Thomas Brindle, Brett Sommers, Lane Sulfridge, Nick Gardner recovery back up to 14th spot. Timmy Emanuele, who also had a decent recovery. He got wrecked very early in this thing. Justin Carey and Robert Gilmore, Christopher Santoni, Dennis Steele, Nathan Ostrowski. Mark Beverly had a tough night tonight. Jordan Brockel, Jeremiah Vincent. Unfortunate, he missed his pit stall and then ended up tearing the front end off that machine. And then rounding out your field, Greg Wells in that 11 car. He started from the pit. I knew he was struggling tonight. But that's your field, man.
Yeah, we saw a pretty typical Watkins Glen race. A lot of fast guys, some decent battles out the field, and like you said, the guys kind of like clicked up a little bit and kind of ran their own race. But once again, Pelican Brothers dominated everywhere, and I think that's probably gonna be the theme for the season.
I can tell you one thing's for sure. Whatever happens this year, you're going to see it live on Drivers Network America, BTDY. We will see you in 2 weeks at Las Vegas. Going to roll the dice. 1.5 miles, intermediate oval. I think you're going to see more of the same. Pelican boys are going to be fast, but maybe somebody's going to turn up the heat here as we approach the chase. About midway through the regular season. We hope that you guys enjoyed the broadcast. If you did, like, share, follow. Send it to everyone you know. Spam their email, spam their Facebook. Share this thing anywhere you can. And we'll see you next time. BTDY, Drivers Network America, signing off. Take care, everybody. Kyle McGarvey on the bottom, 46. Dallas Sullivan has the room to push here. 80 car shoving hard. There's the block. There's the block into the outside wall. 746 wrecking now. 80 car maybe having to move. There's the block again.
Double zeros,
Oh.